Piet and Grade here from the Purple House in Forth in the Wellness Center, and today we want to talk to you again about parasites. So it's been quite a while that we actually had a discussion or shared some information about parasites. So parasites are often ignored by the medical world because the medical world thinks that parasites are a third world country issue, and that's actually not true anymore. Everyone in today's world, globally, everyone carries different parasites inside their body.
And international travel has been around for a long time.
That's right.
So everyone's going everywhere.
And so if you have a dog or a cat, you know that you have to regularly do a worm cleanse, but we often forget to do a parasite cleanse from our own system. And but first of all, let me just talk what parasites are. So parasites can be either big, like tapeworm, or visible worms, and they can also be very, very small, like so small that you can only see them under the microscope, or even apparently there are worlds of parasites out there that you can't even see under our microscope because you need a really special one. So
and quite often we think of parasites as just being the long worms that infest our bowel, but it's anything that is within us that is sucking our life force, our goodness, the things we're meant to be having for our health, they're using for theirs, and they are excreting their waste within our system as well. So yeah, we're full of the toxins of all sorts of parasites, big and small.
Generally speaking, yeah. Right? So that's right, what Pete said is correct. So a parasite, the definition of that is just a harmful organism that can be big or small. So it can be absolutely tiny, that actually sits inside the cells, and then once it's inside your body though, it eats your nutrients, your supplements, it eats all the good food that you put in your body, and then it also goes to the toilet inside your body, but like Peter said, so it excretes waste material inside your body, and the waste material keeps your immune system busy. It's just always cleaning the debris and the worm poo, you could say, or the parasite poo, and then your body doesn't have as much to fight other diseases, you know, like the immune system is here really to keep you strong and healthy. Yeah, what are you going to say?
We do a parasite cleanse and we kill those parasites off, and then there's all those dead parasites that also our body has to get rid of.
That's right. So yeah, it's like way more complex than people think, and we just want to talk about it today because some of the symptoms are issues that you might be experiencing, so we just want to make you aware. So that's the reason why Pete and I actually do these kind of sessions once a week, to just bring some awareness to like everyday things that everyone suffers, right? And that you can recognize it and then help yourself and do something about it, because ultimately we would love for you to be your own doctor. And actually the meaning of doctor means teacher. So the doctor actually needs to teach all that, but doctors these days are just so busy and overrun with work. They don't really have a chance to educate you on anything.
Because when anyone gets a disease, often we're not taught why we've got that, and we're told, here, take this to treat the symptoms, but we aren't taught why we have things.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, what are some of the symptoms that spring to mind, Pete, when you see a parasite problem? Well,
if parasites are taking the things we need for good health, they'll be taking, we'll be lacking energy. We'll be, and if we're absorbing their toxins when we kill them off, or when they excrete their waste into our bloodstream, it goes into our bloodstream, we'll be itchy and have itchy skin rashes, itchy nose and bottom, gut aches. We've had yeah, you can end up with terrible problems in the digestive system.
So like anything that's unexplained, and you've had lots and lots of medical tests, it usually has parasites behind it. So like that can be migraines, even unbearable headaches, like Peter said, gut aches, joint aches, and in children, of course, irritable behavior or irrational behavior when children go off their food, so they're suddenly not hungry anymore. That's often to do with parasites. Or if they're incredibly hungry, so like when you look at your own pets, they are often, they want to eat non-stop because the worms are sharing their meals, so you have to deworm them and then suddenly they're not so hungry anymore. But in humans it's not always that easy, because sometimes when people have parasites they lose their hunger because I guess your digestive system is cleaning all the debris from the worms non-stop. Itchy skin, like we said, and then of course some scientists believe, and doctors, there are many doctors who also agree with this, that the parasite problem is behind all cancers, all autoimmune diseases, including diseases like Lyme and other chronic issues that people experience, and also Candida, which is like a fungus, goes hand in hand with parasites, and it just all steals your life force and your vitality. Also, by the way, children don't just get cranky. The same thing happens in adults. So like suddenly if your partner he's acting different, or she like snappy or grumpy or moody, or hormonal disruption, of course, all of that, everything, you automatically need to think parasites. This is a parasite problem. And usually, because this is real, the problem won't go away, whichever problem you have, till the parasites are brought under control. I'm not sure if anyone will ever be parasite free in today's world, and that's maybe not even the issue. The issue is really, the goal is for you to be healthy and vital, and that your own body can regulate what goes on the inside. But often when you have a parasite problem, it's incredibly hard to overcome it without dealing with that problem straight on, if that makes any sense. So, Pete, what else did you want to say?
Well, we often blame our pets for if we have intestinal parasite problems, but we've read articles suggesting that us humans give our pets probably more parasites than they ever give us. So we often think the big worms, but they can be just minute, tiny little things like a candida spore. Normally that's a yeast in our intestines, but if it goes rampant and goes into our bloodstream...
Well, how does it get into our bloodstream? Can you explain that?
Well, it becomes...
it goes from a yeast into a fungus, and then it has a different life form. So the fungus actually grows roots, that's what you were going to say.
Yeah, but it's kept in check in our intestines by the good intestinal bacteria. So ideally we'd be replacing those for an ideal digestive system. We'd be replacing those good bacteria every day, and that'll keep the candida in its yeast form. When we don't do that and our good bacteria get killed off, that yeast becomes a fungus and the hair-like roots go through the gut wall and send spores everywhere.
That's like a leaky gut. You might have been diagnosed with leaky gut.
Yeah, and yeast feed on sugars. So if we are relying on sugars for energy, they'll be taking our energy source.
Yeah. Also, I too want to say, if you have a candida and parasite problem, you often crave sugar and white bread, which turns into sugar, like carbohydrate cravings. I just suddenly remembered a lot more symptoms: bloating, sinus issues, diarrhea, of course, allergies, which all fall under the autoimmune diseases, weight gain and weight loss. So some people think, oh, I don't mind having worms because I get nice and slim. I mean, actors and actresses in the past have actually put worms in their body to keep slim, but it's actually it's a really bad idea, right? Oh yeah, occasional fever. So if you have low-grade fevers, that's often brought on by parasites. Not sleeping, muscle pain.
A fever is our body's attempt to get rid of something that's not meant to be there. So it raises the temperature to kill things off.
And then there's also acne, you know, like sometimes adults can suddenly have acne, and that is also like, that's unexplainable too.
Well,
it's often to do with parasites as well. Yeah, sorry.
Well, it's the increase in toxins and waste in our body that our liver and kidneys are having a job to get rid of, so that then the skin becomes a place where those toxins are. The skin's trying to get rid of them as well. And
that's right.
Causes the acne and pimples and rashes.
It's an overload. Now, the other really interesting thing is that if you've had an injury site, like so you've been injured somewhere or wounded literally, or irritated, or an area that was inflamed, that often can also create a cluster of parasites and other. Remember, a parasite is just a harmful organism, so it's like it attracts negative energies, and in your body that will often look like parasites and harmful things. And by the way, this can also come from emotional wounding as well. So Peter and I have seen clients who they've been cruising along fine for years, right? And they come for a maintenance session, a checkup, and then we discover parasites. And often what's happened, then I ask, oh, what changed in your life? Well, they've had some sort of emotional crisis, you know, and it is often quite a painful one, where they either got exploited or betrayed. So if you just think of the parasite energy, the parasites come in for a free ride, don't they? They're not there to make you better, they just latched onto you because they want you're their ticket to heaven, you know, the paradise, I should say.
And quite often the gut parasites, they are there because we go through an emotional crisis and we're in stress mode, and our stomach doesn't produce hydrochloric acid.
Well, that's true.
That's meant to kill those parasites if we accidentally swallow an egg or a parasite on the food we eat.
For sure, yeah. So that's absolutely how it happens on a chemical level, and then of course on an emotional level. If you think of what a parasite's symbolic of, well, maybe there are people in your life who latch onto you for a free ride as well. So you're always picking up after them emotionally, like they talk to you, you feel drained and they go away happy. So you also have to be aware of the emotional, spiritual or energetic aspect in your life, because often those two go hand in hand. And
the physical ones are telling you maybe there's some
well, often you need to look at all angles, and that's what Pete and I do when you come for a session. We look at all the angles of what created this condition in your body and how can we change the condition. So thanks for tuning in. Is there something else that we wanted to say?
Yeah, come and see us if you want to know.
If you want to find out more about yourself, and if you want to improve your health and increase your vitality and feel really, really well and feel happy inside your own skin, come and see us. Also join our email list. Our private email. When you join our private email, you get a lot more information. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
And we're setting up a private membership club. So if you join that, you'll get all the information.
We can talk freely.
We can have uncensored.
Uncensored information that we just want to share with the members of our private wellness club. So at the moment, that's what we're working on putting together. So there's like quite a few moving parts still that we have to put in order.
It'll soon be up and running, so
I reckon within the next 4 weeks or so you'll get an invitation to join our super private club, and that will be a safe platform where we can share lots of things, life-saving tips, and you can have close connection with Peter and me, like we make ourselves available for question and answer and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we can discuss and take a deep dive into, you know, lots of things. But for now, it would be really good if you're not on our email list, subscribe to our emails. It's free. There will be more information on there than we can share on our public, what do you call it, Facebook and all the rest. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope this was helpful, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Stay safe, everyone, and let us know if you relate to any of the issues we talked about today. Thanks. Bye-bye.